Hello, hello out there. I don't think there's anybody on right now, but I'm here. I'm here. So I'm going to start by saying hello, happy Wednesday, happy hump day, as they say. Um, I hope you all are well. Those of you that are here live, those watching the replay, I hope life is treating you gently and lovingly. I am back for day 24. Day 24. And today is letter X. It's an unknown. In an algebraic equation, the X is what we're solving for. It's the unknown. I had some really good suggestions today for what we might talk about for letter X day. So thank you to those who sent me notes and messages about X. I appreciate you. Damon also gave me some cool ideas and suggestions for X. So I feel pretty prepared for the X things. Oh, goodness. One second. I am, man, it's been a day, y'all. Let me just say, I had too many things on my calendar today. I don't know how I ended up with that, but every now and then there's a day where I have more things on my calendar than any one person should have on their calendar. I just do. So I am going to, sorry, I need to, oh goodness gracious, y'all. Life is crazy. Okay. Had a little message from a family member that I needed to address really quickly there. I am trying to clean glue out of a little thing. All right, let me start. Let me get myself back on track because I'm so scatterbrained right now. So let me try to come on back to back to life, back to reality. You know the song? Hum along if you do. All right, so my name is Kiala Givehand. Welcome to my YouTube channel and my vlogging series for the month of April, where I am doing the ABCs of me, and you have landed here on day X, letter X day. So what I'm doing for the month of April is I am showing up live here every day on my YouTube channel to say hello, to connect in with all of you, to see what kind of wonderful things you're doing in your creative worlds. And I am talking about things that things I love, things I'm curious about, things I teach, things I am learning, all the things, just things. And I'm using the alphabet to keep me wrangled in as best as possible. I'm hard to wrangle, y'all, but I'm doing the best that I can by using the letters to kind of keep me on the path. And so we've gone through 23 letters. We are at the finish line. I can literally see the finish line right ahead of me. So we are at letter X, and I've got some interesting things that I think I might bring forward today for letter X day. We'll see. You know, this little thing. Anyway, let me not fiddle with that right now. So usually what I've been doing here each day, I'm going to take a little sip of tea here. I have been making a little list, not checking it twice. I'm not Santa, but I've been making a list of the things I'm going to try to remind myself to talk about on any given live stream. So because today is letter X day, let's talk about some of the suggestions that I got. X-acto knives, which I thought was a good one. Damon suggested one I thought was really great, which is Gen X. I'm not a Gen Zer. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm definitely Gen X. Definitely Gen X. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Also, let's talk about just X in general as like the unknown, which is kind of what I think Gen X was all about. Like, they didn't know what to do with us. They didn't know what we were going to be. We were such an anomaly for them. So I think that that is appropriate. I'm thinking expressive art. Let's talk a little bit about that. And I feel like I have some other X related things that I just haven't thought about. Even in my, I'm thinking about what I wrote in my title for today's call. Let's see if I can find it. I was able to find it. Oh, why am I on twice? This is weird. I don't want to be on twice. That's weird. All right, let me see what I wrote. X-acto. Oh, Xerox. That was a good one that I got from Deidre. Thank you, Deidre. Xerox. And then I'm thinking, oh yeah, I put X Factor. Let's talk about that. Which I think is kind of the same as the X unknown. So maybe I don't need to do both because they're kind of the same thing. We'll put a little asterisk there. And I don't know if y'all have some other X things you want to throw out at me. If you're here live, please do pop them in the chat. I'm happy to receive other suggestions. All right. So those will be the ones that I start with, and we'll just see where it goes. Also, every day I've been, oh, that's interesting. Every day I have been pulling cards for us. So I want to keep that going. And today I actually have a deck that I've never opened that I thought might be cool. I have a lot of decks that I've not opened, people. So this is doing me a lot of good to come in here and open these. But this is what happens when you're like, well, no, I won't speak for anybody else. This is what happens when I have a subscription box. When I do a subscription box. Yep. When I do a subscription box, come on. I get the things and then I don't always get to them in the same like month that they show up. So this deck is called the Healing Spirits Oracle. It's a 48 card deck and guidebook by Gordon Smith. The artwork is by Naomi Walker. On the inside of the box, to all who use these cards, reach out with your heart and mind to the highest and best in the spirit world. Ask them to bless and give healing to all readings you give to yourself and others on the path. I like that. I kind of do that mentally when I'm reading for others, for myself here in this space. I usually just kind of mentally say it. I don't always say it out loud. Maybe today we say it out loud since the deck is suggesting that. I love that it has the caduceus on it. Let's see what the back of the box says. Well, try not to make too much noise. Glasses. I need the glasses. All right, this one says, whether you're looking for solutions to the deeper mysteries of your life, protection from fears, help with healing, or finding your true purpose, the Healing Spirits Oracle is the perfect tool for finding guidance, spiritual awareness, and healing on many levels. Call on the high frequency wisdom of the spirits and open yourself to the incredible and loving world beyond. Nice. Okay. Let's see what the deck has for us today. I like the color palette. It's kind of purpley, green, orange, dark colors. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Y'all know what happens when I get a new deck. I have to do a bunch of shuffling here. Those of you who are here live, hello, hello. If you want to drop a little something in the chat so I know you're here. And I can say hello to you. That would be awesome. All right, a couple more little shuffles here. If you're new to my channel and you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button and that will allow you to chat with me live if you're here live. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Healing Spirits Oracle. We're going to ask for guidance and protection as we do this reading. We're going to ask that all the highest and best energies in the spirit world, that they bless this reading, that they bless this path that we are all on. So with that, I'm going to ask, what do we need to know in this moment? What do we need to bring our awareness to in this moment? That'll be the first question. This is for all of us. Well, we got a little jumper there. We're going to put it to the side. What do we need to know? What do we need to bring our awareness to in this moment? Okay. And then the next card is going to be, what do we need to bring our awareness to for the coming month, for the month of May? Where do we need to put our awareness for the month of May? Let's just go ahead and get us a little month ahead reading. Why don't we? All right, 2 cards. Three cards because we got a jumper. All right, so let's start with this one. What do we need to bring our awareness to right now in this moment? Share the gift. I love this. Why do I feel like this is telling me to send some group Reiki out to the world? I didn't talk about Reiki on letter R day, and the fact that I'm level 2 Reiki, and this year I probably will finish up level 3 and become a Reiki master. We'll see if I feel ready for that. So that share the gift. I love that. And it's a number 4. All about stability, foundation. That's nice. That's a nice message. I received that. And then let's see what this jumper card was. A spiritual hug. Well, I'm going to just receive that. Thank you, universe. I hope you guys are feeling a spiritual hug as well. Got the number 19. 9 plus 1, 10. We could also look at it as a 10. I love it. A spiritual hug. I needed that. I've had a hard day, y'all. It's been a crazy hard day. So I received that spiritual hug. Thank you, universe. And then what do we need to bring our awareness to for the month of May? Because it's right around the corner, y'all. Be the best version of yourself and start today. I like this little deck. I like it a lot. Be the best version of yourself and start today. So we don't have to wait for the month of May. We can start today. I love that. All right, those are 3 really great cards. So let's just, yeah, nice. Very, very nice. I'm digging it. All right. So those of you that are here, I hope that reading lands well for you. For those of you that maybe joined a little bit late, this is the Healing Spirits Oracle by Gordon Smith. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. I do hope that's funny. Oh, I do hope you all are having a great week. It's been a doozy already. All right, let's do I'm going to do a quick little recap because yesterday I got rushed at the end there to talk about watercolors. So I think I sort of was sharing this I don't know why I didn't open it like this yesterday. That was kind of bizarro world, huh? For me not to do that. I really don't understand this camera and why it has to go dark when I put something white on the table. That's so baffling to me. But you know, what can you do? What can you do? Says I don't have access to the feature. Isn't that great? I don't have access to the feature. I was trying to see if I could make some adjustments to my camera while I'm in. Oh no. Let me stop fiddling around because I might mess something up. Okay. So this was a little swatch journal that I had done. I got lots of space on the back still, but I thought I would like sit down one night. I sat down and I was like, okay, I'm going to swatch out all the things that were in one palette. So I have this big palette. Where is it? So it used to be my little spirograph box, but I took all of that stuff out and I use it for my watercolor. So I realized I didn't get to show y'all that yesterday, right? That I have this lovely little set here and lots of different brands in here, no single brand. These are the g.r.i.t.s that I was talking about. I think, are these the g.r.i.t.s? I'm pretty sure they are. Yes. Come along here, please, and thank you. those magnets are darn good. Yeah. g.r.i.t.s. So these are the g.r.i.t.s up here on the top row. And what I did is I just put a strip of magnetic tape. You know, you can get it in a roll. And I just put a strip on it. And because this is metal, they just cling right to it. So that's the g.r.i.t.s at the top there. I've got some Primas in here. I've got some green leaf and blueberry. You can always tell when it's green leaf and blueberry because they fill their pans. You know, they overfill their pans, which I really love about them. And they used to. Now, I've had these for a while. I don't know if they still do this, but they used to put little magnets on the back of theirs. So I don't know where this rogue magnet is here. So they already have them. The Primas don't have it, so I just added a little piece to the back of the Primas. This one comes from the White Knights. I've been talking about the White Knights, the Russian white, I think it's called White Knight Russian, something like that. I think it's a Russian brand. But the ones that are in these larger pans that are in here, and I don't have the whole set in here, just the ones that I use a lot. So the black, the brown, I think this is burnt umber, black, and regular umber. And then I don't know if this gold is theirs. No, this is a different brand. So I think that might be the only ones I have of that brand in here. Is the black, the burnt umber, and the regular umber. Then I have some others, like I've got, what is this from? I don't know what brand this is. Let's see if I have it on here. Yeah, don't know. It just says ivory black. Who knows where that came from? And sometimes these little things do not stay stuck on here, so you have to like re-stick them. I tried to put double-sided tape on some. Some of them have Beacon 3-in-1 on the back to try to keep them on there. So I've got Primas, and I've got some that I filled myself. So this is one that I filled on my own. Have no idea what that is in there. I didn't do a good job of labeling things. Here's another that I filled myself. Did I put any more? Oh, M gram. Okay, so that's an M gram color. Then I have some in here that are from, I think, probably Aloha watercolor, Peachy Press, 31 Purple Fish. I have a bunch of different brands in here that I love. Let's see. And I tried to number them. So, for instance, this one does. Listen, my whole system is breaking down as I try to explain it to others. You can't make it up. See, okay, 57. I should be able to go down to this blue section and find 57 somewhere. Let's see if I can. 56, 57. Ah, y'all can't see it. Here, let me move it over. 57. Where is it? 57, right there. Poems About You, indigo. So that's their indigo color. Yeah, so there's some rhythm, some method to my madness. This one, number 47. Let's see. 47, Prima. That's all I have there. 47, Prima. It's a Prima blue color. So yeah, I have fun doing this, but clearly my system kind of broke down at some point. 17, I think this is Rachel Beth. Who knows where it is on this thing. So yeah, I may have to redo this and make it make sense, because right now it's just kind of all over the place. But these are some of my most used watercolors, which is why they got to be in the Big Ten. And then I have other tins that I use for other things. So for instance, here, let's just move some stuff around. Put that attached. Move these cards out of the way because they're going to keep falling. This little set is, I got the container and it came with some paints. Actually, I think this one had paints in it. This one came empty with just empty little pans. And this is from Art Toolkit. So it's a really thin, it's almost like a little business card size, you know. And the little pans that go in it are metal, and there's a magnetic base at the bottom that kind of holds it in. So that's number 137, Daniel Smith. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Get back in there. And then I have some bigger pans and some even bigger pans. This one was from, this is gunmetal. Who did I get that gunmetal from? I want to say that gunmetal came from, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know in this moment. I can't even remember. So that's, you know, so that's what I'm like, that's the flaw in my system. Is that it's not really doing what is meant to do. Yeah, so I made myself a little card there for those. And these colors are the colors. Every year I redo this one at the beginning of the year. When Pull Pen Paint begins, because these are the ones that I use for my Pull Pen Paint documenting of my spreads and my card pulls each month. I'll have to see if I can if I remember, I'll go digging for one of my old ones so you can see past years how I've done it. But I make a little wheel every year. Let's see, do I have one of my wheels over here? Let's see. I just might. Maybe, maybe not. Nope, not seeing it over here. Probably moved it already into the journal. But each year, I do my own little palette for how I'm going to work with my cards. And so I try to keep it all in one little thing so I don't have to go hunting for the colors every time I want to document for the month or whatever. So that's what that one is. And then this one has all of my core colors in it. These are I talked yesterday about the core, golden core colors. So that's what that little one is. And it's just so little and easy to, you know, carry around and move about the cabin with. So I showed yesterday some of my sort of basic favorites. My Reeves tin, which I use a lot all the time. I've had this thing for years, probably, I don't know, y'all, maybe a decade at this point, if I'm being honest, if not more. Probably more, because I got it in Oakland. Pretty sure it was in Oakland that I bought it. So probably like since 2008, maybe. And then these Peerless watercolor, the little sheets. These are a neat little thing to work with. I like those because they have lots of versatility. I haven't swatched these just yet, but I'm going to. Coming up soon, one day soon in life. And these Derwent are not watercolor, but they behave like watercolor with the exception of when they dry. They are permanent when they dry. They're permanent. But they come with this little water brush. You pop that out, and you just pop it, you put it together, and paint with it, just like you would watercolor. Just remembering that they dry permanent when they dry. They are permanent. But that's a fun little set to have, I think. All right, let's look some more. I talked about the core paints, which I love. Talked about the some Daniel Smiths. There's some others that I really love. This I can never pronounce this. Naphthamide. I don't know. It's a maroon color, but it's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. And I have several of these because I bought them in a set. This burnt bronzite. Is that the one I have multiples? No. This goethite. I have multiples of this. This is a really beautiful color too. What's this one? Red fuchsite genuine. Fuchsite genuine. Transparent red oxide. Everybody should have that in their lives. And then I've got these Master's Touch. This Gamboge. This is one of their best colors. Master's Touch is the Hobby Lobby brand, I'm pretty sure. And then I've got a Blick Titanium. Oh, Naples Yellow. Naples Yellow. I've got a palette that I kind of hold pieces in hold tins in until I'm ready to use them for something. This little thing, you see, it's got my little constellations on it. Hey, Gail. Good to see you. Hi, Angelisa. Made it home just in time. Glad you're here. Gail, let's see. Do you laminate your color cards? I probably should. I do not. Actually, not true. Yep, this one. Oh, you'll get a kick out of this, Gail. This one is done with packing tape. I just put packing tape on that one. This one, probably also packing tape. Yep, I did packing tape on them, which, you know, behaves like laminate. And also I can then use the back side. The back side has tape on it as well. And I can use this as a little palette, right? I've got this palette, but I also can put, you know, put it on here as well. So yes, I just did packing tape on these because of the size, because they're so small. So yep, that's packing tape on them. Good eye, Gail. Good eye. So yeah, this one is kind of like holding, and I keep saying that I am going to take all of my tube colors and put them in this little set here, because I have some more of these little skinny pans, these little tiny little skinny pans that can fit in here, and it's got a magnet base under the bottom so they stay really well. So yeah, and then this one is like a little mixing palette, even though you have this whole surface. This little mixing palette comes with it. And then again, it's a really thin, slim, easy to transport version. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what's in this thing. I think these are my Neocolor tools. They are a hot mess. And what I mean by that is, because they were at one time in a container where they were rumbling and bumbling all on each other, all sort of transfer. You know, every single one of these is full of other color on it. But you know, I'm okay with that. It's all good in my eyes. It is perfectly fine, not a problem at all. You know, we do the best we can with what we got, and we let it be easy. We let it be easy. So that's what's in that one. Let's see what else we got here. I'm just gonna take them all out and see what all I got here. Listen, if you saw this, you would be like, oh, she's a professional watercolorist. Not yet. One day, maybe, with intention and practice. With intention and practice. Let's see what's in here. Oh, nice. Some watercolor sticks by Winsor Newton. Some little watercolor sticks. American Journey. I'm pretty sure I got these from Jerry's Artorama. Yeah, I think Jerry's Artorama. The one in North Carolina, though. I've had them for a while. And I forgot I had all of these little things in here. Some water-soluble graphite that dropped. I dropped it on the concrete and it broke. And so I was like, well, now it fits. Now it fits in here. It did not before, but I was like, well, we're going to call that serendipity and trust it. So yeah, I've got some watercolor sticks. I've got some Derwent art bars in here. I'm not sure if these art bars. Oh, you know what else? These little sticks I bought on sale, deep discount, because they were broken pieces at a Blick. And I was like, would you all sell me these broken pieces? And they were like, sure, we'll give you a good discount on them. So that's why I have some pieces in here that are broken, not because I broke them, but because they were broken in the container when I bought them. They were broken in the store. And so I just, listen, y'all, I am not afraid to ask if I can get a discount on something. I'm not. I'm just not, because you never know unless you ask. They might be like, no, we can't discount it. Okay, thanks. I just thought I'd ask. I mean, no skin off my back to do that. So that is what's in that little container. What's in here? Oh, this one has some dot cards. Who is this from? Nah, not a clue. Not a clue. And how are they glued down? Oh, they have some little glue dots on the bottom to hold them down. Oh my gosh, y'all, listen. I'm obsessed with split pea soup. How about this color is split pea soup? I don't think I ever even noticed that. Wow Bee number 63. I'm going to have to look to see who this is. Maybe Wow Bee is the name of the company? I don't know. Don't quote that. This is where I keep all of my little dot cards. So sometimes when you buy from indie produced or artisan watercolor makers, they will send you little sample cards of things. This is from Julia K. And so I just put all my little dot cards in this little thing. And yeah, sometimes what I do is when I'm sending off packages to people, I'll just grab this and I'll drop them a dot card or two in a little baggie in their little goodie bag. Why not spread the love? Spread the love and the joy of watercolor. So I have a bunch of those. Let's see what's in these little guys. So sometimes I do buy sets, but I also often don't keep sets in sets. But every now and then, I do. So this is from Aloha Watercolors. Blue Ginger. When people use names like that, I have to sniff these to make sure. Birds of Paradise. I don't know what that says. It's kind of faded out, so I'm not going to even try to guess. Yeah, that one too, faded out. So that one was like a little four color set. This is probably from Aloha as well. Yep. I feel like I should swatch these right now and just see what I'm working with. Y'all know I like a good shimmer. What? That's gorgeous. I got to get these out of the... Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you let things sit for too long in your life. But again, it's like Christmas in April. What? These are ridiculously shimmer shine beautiful. Like, holy smokes. Shut the front door. Look at that, y'all. Look at the shimmer in that. Wowza. Those are fantabulous. All right. I guess I need to pull, I guess there's a reason that I'm pulling these out right now. All right, let's see what else we have. These are from Julia K. I think. Yeah, these are a bunch of I bought several from her, and then somehow I ended up with a couple of duplicates, I think. From her. That one's called Ingrid Ode. I think that goes with that. Loki and Olaf. And then this one is called Ellen. And I think, so the little magnetic tape comes with a little strip like double-sided tape does. And I just press it on there. All right, so that's Julia K. This, pretty sure these are not these colors. No, they are these colors. I'm looking at it. They totally are. Huh. I don't know who I got these from, though. But I like the little tin. That's awesome, right? I feel like this is empty. It is. It's empty and waiting. waiting for something. I think this is too. Empty and waiting. Waiting for me to fill it with a little palette. These are some watercolors that I got from a place that doesn't sell art supplies or watercolors. I want to say it was probably something like Tuesday Morning, or there's another store that's similar to Tuesday Morning that I can't think of in this moment. But something like a Tuesday Morning. And yeah, they're kind of a basic. And then I think I must have blended some of my own in here. That's from Aloha, number 184. Like, listen, y'all, my stuff is things are just everywhere. I don't know what goes with what, if I'm being honest. I do know that these ones in the middle did not come in this set. This set came with just the ones on the top and the bottom. I forced these other ones into the center row. I need to swatch some of these things. I need to get a system. All right, here are all my white knights. This is not the container that the white knights come in. This is just the container that I decided to put them in because I separated them from their. Can you text me when you're on your way back? Yep. Thanks. I separated them from their original location in life. Let's see who's missing their magnet. Oh, several are missing their magnet. Interesting. So these are the white knights, and I actually learned about these from a watercolor artist named Nicole PR. She goes by Ghost Kitten all over the interwebs, and she taught in Pulp and Paint a couple of years, and in her classes she would put in her supply list, you know, what she was using, and she was using these watercolors. So I thought, I really like what she's doing there, and let's see if it works for me. Oh, these are horribly dry on the back, which is why it's not sticking. So these are those Russian, I keep calling them Russian white knights. There's a reason why I'm saying that. I believe they are a Russian brand. Don't quote that. Don't quote it, because who knows? Is this even open? I don't think it is. Oh, I'm having one of those days. Oh, let's try this one. All right. This is the stinky glue that I said do not buy. But, you know, I bought it, so now I got to use it up. All right. If you all have favorite watercolor brands, I'd love to hear your favorites in the chat, or see your favorites in the chat. I guess I won't hear them in the chat, but I would love to see them. Share with me your favorite watercolor brands. Or if you're like, I don't use watercolor, Kyla, I'm straight acrylic only, or I'm only pen and ink. Share that. Here are some, again, random. Oh, well, that's interesting. Get yourself back in there. Put a little water on the bottom of that to keep it in there. I think this set, no, they're not all from the same people. PAY, that's Poems About You. I think some of these might be from Jean Oliver had some watercolors that she had made specifically for her and her folks, her followers and people. And I bought some of them. This is that one from Greenleaf and Blueberry. So this is just a hodgepodge here of different ones. No particular brand. Huh. Do you want to get in there or no? I don't think you do. I feel like all of these were in here. Maybe I had them going in a different direction, Let's try that. Sometimes you gotta try different things. The curve of the box is going to be an issue. We're just gonna put it in there because it was in there, right? You all saw that it was in there when I got it out. All right, so there's another. You know, I have this really bad habit of buying things like this and saying, I'm going to fill these with tube watercolors and blah, 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 blah. Or liquid watercolors and let it dry up, blah, 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 blah. And then I never do. Or I have these brilliant ideas where I'm like, I'll buy these little things like this. This is actually meant for knitters, but I don't think I'm going to be able to open it without taking the thing off. But when you open it, it has all these little compartments. And I'm like, oh, yes, I'm going to put watercolors in this. Like I have a bad, horrible habit of doing that. Like really bad. Like bad. Here's one that I am actually going to fill. This is by Arts to Embers. It's a family owned, just a little small family. I think it's like maybe a husband and wife, two people who are partnered together, couple who make and sell these 3D printed little watercolor palettes. And I saw them. I read their story online. I'm a sucker for a good story, a good origin story. And I'm a sucker for a husband, wife, or two partners getting together, two people who are like living together, loving each other, best friends, family members, even mothers, daughters who are in business together, because I understand the experience of that. Being married to my best friend and also my husband, and also he's my business partner, right? Like, and I understand the nuances of all of that and what it requires to keep that going and to sustain that. So when I see people who are doing that, I'm a sucker. I'm like, yep, I'm going to support them. So I bought that one from them, and I bought this big one from them. Oh no, wait. Are these two different companies? Huh. This one says Arts to Embers. This says Ocean Paper. Now I'm wondering, is this really ocean paper or did I just stick this in here? Don't quote it, people. Don't quote that this is ocean paper. I don't know. I feel bad now because I'm not sure. I feel like these are the same two companies here, or the same. These two come from the same company. But I have this habit, y'all. I do this. I buy these things. In fact, let me show you a few more that I have, because why not just out myself in all the ways here? I've got an entire drawer full of them just waiting. Just waiting. Like, to me, I know people use these for pills, but you can just put your whole bunch of watercolor in this, right? And then you've got a deep well for like when it gets really juicy, right? So when I see these things for like 50 cents, 25 cents, I buy them. Why do I do that? Can somebody tell me? All right, so here's what I need to do. I need to fill these up and send them to people. Be like, here are my favorite watercolors. Please enjoy. But yeah, I have this thing because you can, I'm thinking I'll put a little color card on top of it, like take a little strip of paper, tape it on, put the color of that's in there on there. And that'll be and then I got a little mixing pot here. Like, I have this whole brilliant idea. Come on, y'all. You have, tell me now. It's brilliant, isn't it? Then I found this one and I was like, oh my gosh, look at that. It's like you open it And then each one of these is its own little thing. Come on, you can't tell me that's not awesome and amazing. Come on, get on board with me. And then I think somebody gave me this as a gift, or it was in some little kit or something. And I was like, watercolors? That's what this is for? What else would it be for? It's for watercolor. Like I said, I'm sure somebody out there is like, Kyla, that's for medications. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And also for watercolors. This little first aid kit I had, it ran out. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just take some of these. Well, maybe. Is there an opening? Oh, I thought these were already open. I've used them before, so I must have just taped it back up. But my thought, we'll just call that ASMR for you there. But my thought is like, come on, look at this. Just pop these in. Now you got yourself a little watercolor set, right? Could put a little, let's see. I just play with them until I get them in there snug, right? And then just line them in. Voila! Watercolor thingy-mabop. Watercolor palette. So I have this whole vision. That one day I'm gonna make all these little watercolor sets. Like, look at this one. In a circle, in a watercolor wheel. Listen, y'all, this is who I am. This is me, raw and real. Look at this one. Look at this. Come on. You can't tell me that's not the cutest thing you ever saw in your whole life. Right now, here's the problem with this one. You can't actually, it's really not meant to be. Like, you really can't use it for that. It really does need to just be used for pills, because every time you press this, it does turn, but then you gotta open this up. And what are you getting your watercolor? Like, it's not feasible. This one is not feasible. This is definitely just for pills, because it's not feasible. It's cute, but it's not feasible for pills. I got this little round tin that I was like, that'd be cool. Put them in a round tin. This little thingamabob that only takes 4, but 4 little colors could go in there. Look at that. 99 cents. Like, yes, give it to me. Let me get it. Here's another little small one that goes in the circular. But I'm like, how cool would that be for color wheel stuff, right? And then you could just like, all right, whatever's across, I can do this. And the ones that are beside it, like, now you got your little color wheel situation. Listen, I don't know what y'all see when y'all look at these things, but I totally see watercolor palette. Here's another. I got this one because I like the hinge. I was like, I like that little hinge action. And then finally in my little, oh no, not finally. I got one more over there. This one is like a triple decker. Come on. You can't tell me this is not the coolest thing. Let's look at it. Let's size it up. So how does it work? Let's see. I can't remember. You got this. You got this little palette. Look at this. Flips out. Transformer. Come on. Come on. You if you're not getting excited about this, I don't know what's happening in your life. Look at this little flip out palette. Okay. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They open from the inside like this. Right. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And then over here, you've got 2 really big ones. I don't think this third one's functional. I think that's just there. But then you got this whole little mixing palette situation. Come on. That's just awesome. So yeah. Lots of things. All right. Then my other idea that I probably will never do. Okay. So I also have this little thing that I keep threatening. I'm like, I'm going to do something with this, but also not feasible. Like, I'm going to be unwinding these every time I want to do the colors. I don't think I am. So that one probably will never actually happen. Then I had this brilliant idea where I was like, oh, I could dig out all of this stuff here because I don't use eyeshadow. I don't wear makeup. I wear lipstick. But I was like, yeah, I don't need this. I can just dig these out and replace it with watercolor. Wouldn't that be cool? So yeah, I see these things and I just see watercolor palettes. And then I buy them and I don't fill them. Angelisa says, absolute brilliance. Thank you, Angelisa. Now I know what to do with my pill boxes. Thank you for co-signing on my weirdness. My little weird obsession that I have over here. Deidre says, I like color wheel idea. Yes, thank you, Deidre. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'll have to report back if I ever actually put watercolor in these things. This is my shimmery watercolor palette. Seems like these should be in here. These ones that I swatched a little bit ago, because look at how so shiny. I love them. Feels like they should be in here, but they are not. Also, this feels wrong. Like that color is not that color. So I feel like something got off in this. Something's not quite right. But this is what I'm saying. Like, I make the palette, and then the next thing I know, yeah, it's gone horribly sideways. Here's another one. So that one I think is my shimmers. I think these are all my earth tones. More Kiritake. What's happening here? Got a little overspill weirdness situation. I don't know what happened there. But that's my little sort of earth tone color palette. So I do, listen, when I sit down and do these things, I do actually have a rhyme and a reason, y'all. Also, is anybody else annoyed by these little things? I know they're meant for you to like be able to hold them, like put your finger through like that and hold it. But I am so annoyed by them. I usually take them off. I usually just take them off because I can't stand the little clickety clack of this. But for whatever reason, I've left this one on, so let's just leave it on. But I usually take those off because I'm annoyed by them tremendously. Tremendously annoyed by them. This one, so when I first saw it, so Schminky is a really great color for water, a really great company for watercolors. I said that like I know that's how you pronounce it. Schminka. I don't know. It might be Schminka. It might be Shaminky. I don't know. I'm probably saying it wrong, but I think it's, now I've messed myself up. Schminky. Schminka. I don't know. Darn it. But anyway, they do this thing every now and then, maybe every year, I don't know, where they take one watercolor artist and they feature them in their palette in a special limited edition tin. Now, here's what's interesting. Please don't ask me which artist this was because I don't remember. But if you Google Schminky limited edition watercolor tin, you might find this one and who the person was, because what I keep in here are actually my watercolor brushes. Some of my favorites. Not all of my watercolor brushes because, well, I have way too many watercolor brushes, but I keep these as like almost like my it's okay to travel with these kind of ones. Like this is what this set entails. Like it's okay if you travel with these, take them out of the studio. So that's what's in there. What else is over here waiting? I think these are watercolor pencils. Don't quote that though. They might just be regular colored pencils. I have no idea. I think they might just be regular colored pencils. I don't know, but this was originally a set of dual colored pencils, which I think I did away with. I've got my Dina Wakley mixed media or media scribble sticks in here. I don't use them. I should probably use them, but I don't. But they're water soluble, so I have a little container of things. That's why I'm just digging out of the container, y'all, and showing you what's in here. No rhyme or reason. These Luca watercolors, I don't even think I've opened and swatched these yet. I haven't. I have not. I got this set from Jerry Artarama as a, if you buy these things, you get this thing for free. It was one of those. I think it's because I bought the gouache. I bought their set of gouache, and this little 12-pack came with it. This little set, this was my little first set of gouache, but it's like a little two segment thing of gouache with some white. I guess this is like white watercolor, maybe. I don't know. I'm saying white. It could be black because it's got little black marks. Let's see what this is. I think it's white though. Yeah. Some white gouache. So that is that little set. You can tell I haven't used it much, except I did put out some of the white gouache there. So maybe I used it once. What else is in this little container? Oh, my little Derwent ink blocks, which I love and adore Derwent ink tints. They're water soluble, but they dry permanent. And I like that about them a lot. Very nice. These little watercolor creams, they call them, highly pigmented, water soluble, non-toxic, metallic colors. I got these from, I want to say, not Tuesday Morning, but another one similar to Tuesday Morning. Why can I not think of the name of this store? I wish it was on something here so I couldn't name it. But anyway, this little set, it's a place where they also sell that King Art brand. Y'all know that brand, King Art? So these are, they're just like they're kind of like the Marabou, the tempera sticks. Yeah, so they're fun to play with. You can do all sorts of things with them, and then wet them, and they activate with water. What else do I have here? Oh gosh, I think I won these in an Instagram giveaway. Some years ago, maybe 3, maybe more. But they're a lot like the Peerless watercolors that I showed, where they're just little like strips of paper, and yeah, you just dip your brush onto it and color. It's got some really beautiful colors. What is this peacock blue? Can y'all see that? What? No idea what this is. Stick this to the main booklet. Peel off the adhesive tape. Stick mixing panel here if required. Well, let's do it because clearly I haven't used this. So let's do it. Let's be obedient. Take that off. Stick that on. Huh. I don't know. It doesn't. Oh, maybe it's I guess you have it out like this and you use that to mix on it. That's not bad. That's kind of a smart idea. I like that. Need a new Viva color sheet? Visit Vivia. Let me see. Viva. Viv. I don't know. Vivia. I'm gonna say Viviva. Viviva. That's where I'm going. I'm going with Viviva. All right. I am feeling compelled to do a little swatching while I talk a little bit about. I'm starting with the peacock blue because that is mind blowing. Like, what is this color gonna be? Let's see. Let's see what we get. Oh my gosh, totally not what I thought was about to happen. Look at that blue. That is not what I thought was coming off of this peacock color. Like, can you see how it's kind of like a pinky, purpley? Not what I thought was about to happen. Okay. All right. But it's quite blue there. I was expecting something different. Let's see what this one gets us. I have to say, though, these colors are pretty darn vibrant. I want a pen. This one. And I guess these little sheets keep them from like transferring to other colors. I don't know how practical that is. Does anybody else have these or something like these? Angelisa says, oh my gosh, I did not think that was going to be blue. Yeah, me either. Crazy. Even though it says peacock blue, I still was like, this is going to be metallic-y, purple, shimmery something. Nope. That Viridian I knew would be green, even though it doesn't look green there. I just think I know Viridian to be a green. All right, let's keep swatching. This is the next one's gonna be sap green. Let's see what we get. Does anybody else have these? Oh, that's a very yellowy green. Not what I was expecting. Yeah, these colors are a little misleading. Like, not what I anticipate them to that they're gonna be. So here's what I do when I think about watercolors, or not when I think about watercolors, but when I work with watercolor, I determine how much I like a color or a brand based on a few things. The first one is, if it is chalky when it dries, I'm a no. I'm a hard pass. I'm a hard pass. Deidre says, I'd like that peacock blue. I like to see that peacock blue watered down to see the paler shades. Yeah, I wonder. And this, I don't even know that I'm using watercolor paper. Let's see if I can pull it out some. Yeah, there's a little bit of a pull out on it. So yeah, if a watercolor leaves a chalky residue, I'm a hard pass. I don't want it. I don't like it. That's not, I don't know if it's just a, I don't know why, but yeah, that bugs me. That's burnt sienna. And here's burnt umber. And so that's one thing. The chalky finish is a big no-no for me. It's I'm a no on that. If the color stains my brush, I'm a no. I don't like that. I want it to come off my brush. I don't like, so if I have like a white brush and it stains my brush, I'm a hard pass. mean, at that point, my brush is stained, but yeah, I don't like it when it does that. I like for it to dry smooth, clean up well. So the other thing is, if it, oh, that's nice. If it, that's called chrome yellow. If it doesn't clean off my brush easily, I guess that's the same as saying staining it, but not really, because for me, one swish in the water and a dab on my paper towel, there should be no, that color should be gone um, from my brush, in my opinion. Nice. That one is called Dusk Orange. So those are some of the things that I kind of care about. And then, you know, if I get to the nitty gritty, I do also like vibrancy. Like, these are very vibrant to me. They feel super, super vibrant, and I'm digging that a lot. They're really vibrant, highly saturated, really pigmented. That's vermilion. Couple more to go here. What do we got? 2 more. Can I squeeze 2 more on this thing? Probably not. Let's just see. All right, get ready for pink. It said deep pink. Huh. That's more of a, kind of feels burgundy-ish. Deep pink. All right, where can I squeeze this one? I'm going to try to squeeze it right in here. This is crimson. Probably the color I'm going to like the most. I got to squeeze in. It's nice. It's a nice red. That deep pink is actually a really pretty red. All right. So, sorry y'all couldn't see it. Thank you. So there's peacock blue, viridian, deep pink, but that deep pink looks red to me. There's vermilion, light green, sap green, burnt sienna, burnt umber, gold ochre. Here's crimson, dusk orange, and chrome yellow. I like that chrome yellow a lot. It almost looks like that gold ochre, but there's a little bit more browny happening in the gold ochre. So those are really nice. And again, I wonder if this is really watercolor paper. Let me find some paper that I know is actually watercolor paper. Hold on. I have to have something over here that's actually watercolor paper. Because believe it or not, it actually can make a difference, y'all. Oh, let's go. I'm just curious. I just want to see. I'm not going to swatch all of these again, but I do. I mean, I will eventually. I'm not going to do it here while we're on camera. But I just want to see how it behaves on an actual watercolor palette or watercolor paper. All right, let's go with crimson again. Let's start there. Yeah, no, it's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. Huh. Deep pink. Oh, that looks like the same color. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Here's vermilion. Now, vermilion looks like the first two, I'm going to have an issue. Be like dusk orange. Yeah, so these colors are kind of looking really similar to me, which is interesting to note. Here's chrome yellow. I'll see if I can't hold these up and give you a little tint. Didn't I just say I wasn't going to swatch all of these, y'all? And then here I am swatching them anyway, because I cannot help myself. Once I start swatching, I get on a roll. Nice. Burnt umber and burnt sienna look the same. I wonder how long these can last. All right, I have not talked about a single X thing, and I'm running out of time here. But I told y'all I didn't know if I was even going to have anything to talk about when it comes to X, other than being Gen X. I mean, I could talk about that all day. Those of us who grew up in that generation, or who are a part of that generation. Okay, I'm digging the Viridian on this paper way more than I was digging it on the other. And there's that blue. It's very ultramarine, that peacock blue. Very ultramarine. How about I missed some, y'all? I didn't realize there was two sheets I didn't get. Okay, let's get them. Persian blue. Here we come, Persian blue. Ooh, very violet, purpley. Sorry, I didn't know there were more back there. Violet, but it's on a green piece of paper. Oh, something has gone horribly awry here. That can't be right. Nothing's coming up when I do it. It says it's violet, but oh, I guess that is violet. It's very light. Interesting. Why does it look green? Why does violet look green? Huh. Okay. Magenta. I need a chemist. Who are my chemistry people out there? Explain it to me. Why does the violet look green? It's making me question the color violet. And then it's got slate black. Ooh, that's a nice black. It's got a lot of blue in it. I can see the blue in it. All right. That's the Vivivia. Super vivid transparent watercolors. 16 colors, it says. They're nice though. See if I can hold them up so y'all can see them a little better. They're pretty good colors. I think they're pretty nice. Pretty nice. That black that's a nice black. I can tell when that dries, it's going to be super nice. Teacher says Tiff will steal that magenta. Yes, she will. She will like that one for sure. I'm just going to make myself a little note. I'm not going to write them all out here. I just want to make myself a note, though, what these are. Vivia watercolors. So I don't forget when I sit down to come back and actually put the names on here. So I mentioned in my thing that I would talk about. Thank you, Deidre. Xerox. I don't know this Zolograph. I don't know this word. I saw that on the thing, but I don't know that word. Let me drink a little water here. I had some things I want to cut out while I'm sitting here talking to y'all for these last few minutes here. I'm sure I have other watercolor stuff I haven't shown y'all, but that's probably enough for today, don't you think, with the watercolors? Let's see. Oh, one last thing. Here's another thing I do. I buy these at the Dollar Tree here in the US. They have a little thing where you can buy these little things for kids, and it's supposed to be like a little coloring book with some stickers and some little markers on the inside. I get these and I use them to put watercolor in as well, because these for me feel like really good watercolor tins. And when it's white on top like this, that becomes a mixing palette, right? So thought I'd just show y'all that. What else? Anything else in here I haven't already shown you? Oh, that's cute. Forgot that was in there. Nothing to do with watercolors, though. I actually have a set of Aloha watercolors that she probably doesn't even make anymore that I need to do a giveaway. She that was a long time ago. They're the little twinkling H2Os. Y'all remember the twinkling H2Os that came in the little lip gloss containers? Remember these? These were the original OG shimmering watercolors. Okay? These are like old school back in the day. I have every watercolor brush. This is my favorite one. This little Faber-Castell. Actually, maybe this one is my favorite little Faber-Castell. I also have one like this that's red and black Faber-Castell, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I am a little watercolor brush snob, though. I have to say. You know, like this one. This is a little cheapo one. Look at how it's barely like, it's not straight. Yeah, I'm like, why? Why? I still use it, but yeah. A little bit of a snob. What else do I have here? More dot cards. This was my first little dot card that I ever bought from someone. I used this thing. I really did. I really used it. Here's some of my Peerless sheets that I've already cut for other little projects and things. Oh, and that other little company with the Artist to Ember, they made this cute little palette that it's almost like a little transformer. So you got this, and then it hooks onto the back of that, and then this hooks onto this, or you can hook this onto this. But it makes this like, these can be like your little mixing wells. You could also hook this onto here or here, and then have mixing well there. But they made this cute, I think it's the cutest little thing. And then it all just fits right back in there together. Isn't that adorable? I just thought that was so adorable. Deidre says, I've never used tubed watercolors. Can you squeeze one? Can you squeeze some of the tube into one of those tins and then let it dry? Will it then reconstitute with water? Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what it does. That's what these are. All of these are tube watercolor. Just put into, I squeeze them out into this, and then, yeah, and then you just use them just like regular watercolor. So yeah, all of these in this palette, except for that one, except for the gunmetal, everything else is from a tube. All the rest of those are tube watercolors. Except the gold. That gold, I don't know if anybody noticed in this Spirograph tin, I had a gold full pan, and I dug out with my little, I have a little scalpel too, not a scalpel. Well, yeah, I think it is called no, spatula. I have a little metal spatula. I'm looking around for it right now. I don't see it, but I used that and I just dug some out and put it in there. Once you wet it and then it dries back up, yeah, it becomes, it reconstitutes. Yes, thank you. What was I going to say? I need to do a giveaway. I got to keep this out. I forgot that I need to do some kind of giveaway with that. I've had it forever. There are my extra little tins. I knew I had more of these somewhere. They come in a lot of different sizes. And I knew I had more of them. Just wasn't sure where they were. Okay. Let's end our time together talking a little bit here while I cut these out. Let's move all of this back to the place where it goes. For now, I'm gonna have to reorganize all of this. Leave this out for giveaway. Maybe that'll be one of the giveaway things. Okay, that's probably enough space. Okay, so you should do it tonight and give it to the person who asked the most questions. I love it, Deidre. I love that so much. I needed that chuckle. You don't even understand. Thank you, dear one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for that. I might take you up on it. So I want to talk. I saw the word Xerox. The word Xerox came up, and I was like, what do I have to say about a copy machine? Not a lot, y'all. Not much. Other than it made me think about printers and the different kind of printers that we all, buy, have, use. And I, for the longest, have been toying with the idea that I might buy myself a color laser printer. But then I did a little bit of shopping around online for them, kind of like window shopping, surfing the internet, looking at color lasers. And I was like, this little inkjet laser that I have here does a right fine job. I don't know that I need a laser. I was thinking laser because image transfers, but there's a lot of image transfers you can do with an inkjet. So I was like, you know what? I have other things I could probably do with that money, like, pay some bills, pay AT&T phone people because they are ridiculous. I spend way too much money on cell phone. It makes no sense to me. I'm like, this should be a bill that never changes. It should be the exact same every month. And yet, it never is. Go figure. So I opted not to do a color laser in service of when I absolutely have to have something printed laser quality in color. I just go to like my local copy shop, not coffee shop, but copy shop. Actually, we have a UPS store, a couple of them near us. And so I just go there. In fact, I email them what I want, print it. And by the time we get there and pick it up, it's already ready. And all I have to do is pay for it and leave. And I like that actually. So I do use that service quite a bit. well, not quite a bit, because like these little things, these little cards, I make color copies of these on my regular. I just put them on a little scanning bed on my regular printer, and I have an Epson. Is that Epson? Yep, I have an Epson Eco Tank, and I like it okay. What I learned about it, apparently, if you don't print in color, like if you go weeks without printing in color, it's almost like the ink starts to, I don't want to say dry out. I don't know that that's accurate, but it does something weird where you then have to print like 7 or 8 things to get it going again, to get the color inks coming out again. So for a while I was like, I don't want to print in color. I want to save my color ink. But now I just print everything in color, because apparently if you don't use your color ink, it gets, I'm going to use the word, it goes dormant. Angelisa says, then Deidre, you win. I love it. So yeah, that's one thing I'll say about this eco. I mean, Damon and I spent weeks trying to calibrate the color, run all the little troubleshooting diagnostics. Like, we did all the things. And then finally one day I just said, you know what? We're just gonna keep printing, and we'll print in color, and maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. And I printed like 6 things in color, and the 7th thing printed out like it was a brand new printer, in full color, exactly as it was meant to be. It was crazy. And then ever since, I just make sure I print at least 2 or 3 things a week that are in color, so that, and every time I print now, everything prints vibrantly and beautifully. Who knew that you had to just keep printing with it? So anyway, that's the Epson Eco Tank. So yeah, I don't have a lot to say about letter X stuff. Take a little sip of water here. Ooh-wee. I cannot let the water I have to drink water more. So Eco Tank, that's what it's called. What did I say? Did I say Eco Tank? I don't know what I said. Deidre says my Canon tank does the same thing. I think the heads dry out. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but it's an interesting phenomenon. So I got these little cutouts. I feel like I had a couple others that I needed to cut out that I hadn't cut out yet. Yep, here they are, waiting on me. So Expressive Arts was another thing that I had on there. And it's interesting because Expressive Arts, I know it doesn't start with an X, but we're going to go with the X sounds, okay? There's Expressive Arts Therapy. That is a whole thing. There's a whole thing, y'all. All right. That's not very good, but we're going to call it okay. It's going to be okay. I cut it out okay. But there's Expressive Arts Therapy, and then there's just Expressive Arts. And I personally make a distinction. I don't know that Expressive Art therapists would like my distinction that I make. Because when I think about expressive arts, it's basically, in my opinion, I think of art that allows you to express what you are feeling in service of healing That was not meant to rhyme, but it does. Someone mentioned to me today that this is National Poetry Month, which I know, and I can't believe that I let this whole month go by without acknowledging it. I usually do a free class every April. I just was not on top of my game this year to remember that. I don't know why either. That's so weird. That's a discussion for another day, though. So for me, expressive arts, it could be anything. It could be dance, it could be painting. And I think a lot of people, when they say expressive arts, they are just thinking about painting. But in my world, and from classes, expressive arts classes I have taken, it can be writing, it can be dance, it can be music, it can be you name it, visual, it can be drama and theater are expressive arts. Anything that allows you to express what you are feeling, in my opinion, is and in service of healing. That part's important. Like it's in service of also healing. I feel like that's expressive art. That is expressive art. I feel like expressive art gets clumped with and confused with oftentimes intuitive art. I think they have some similarities. But the thing about both of those, right, is that you don't have to be you don't have to be an artist to do them. You don't have to have any special like background or anything like that to actually do expressive arts or to call yourself an expressive artist, right? It's just, but I know that there's a whole industry out there that is expressive arts therapy. In fact, some of you listening right now might be trained expressive art therapists. I've taken classes from, I used to go to a studio in Oakland when I lived in Cali, where we were doing expressive arts, not in service of therapy. It wasn't expressive arts therapy, but it was in service of healing, all sorts of things, trauma, past trauma, fears, working with limiting beliefs and things like self-esteem and confidence and things like that. So, I mean, it has, yeah, so expressive arts is something that I think. So I believe you can do expressive arts. You can, maybe I should say it differently. You can express yourself creatively, even if you don't have a therapist there kind of working with you. But it's really, again, it's in service of like discovering more about yourself, healing something that needs to be healed. It's about helping you grow in your confidence and your self-esteem and things like that. So I've done some really interesting things in combination with people who were doing expressive arts. I've gone to expressive arts shows and things like that. So I don't know. I guess what I really want to say about it is a lot of times it's used. I know that there are shamanic traditions that use art to heal themselves, people they're working with, and then just sort of like the world at large. Expressive arts can show up in dream work. It can show up in any sort of like spiritual, ritualistic kind of things. It can be dance, it can be music, it can be even bookbinding, even, sitting here painting swatches on that could also be. Oh, Deidre says you've been busy in April. Yeah, a little busy. And I feel like sometimes too, expressive arts is really good for kids. Really, really good with kids. Really good for kids. Oh, thank you. Deidre said, what about words that sound like they start with the X, like expression and explore and experiment? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show y'all one last thing, and then I think I'm going to start to wrap up, just because I don't, yeah, I'm not sure that I have a lot more that I want to talk about. Experimenting, speaking of experimenting and exploring. So we had Tina Riley, one of my longtime community members. She came into Artsy Meetup today, and which is the free monthly gathering that I do. And she taught us how to make the cutest little gift pouch. I love it so much. So we made a little belly band for it. She taught us how to make this thing, and she called it a tea pouch, right? And she was thinking about it for like, I wish I had used double-sided paper, like paper that is printed on both sides, so that didn't just have stark white in here. But she also gave us a printable that we could use to stick in there, with these. But I just love this idea. When she had on her supply list, bring tea bags, I was like, okay. So I went and I opened up a bunch of tea bags because I thought we were gonna do tea bag art for some reason. But we were not. We were making this little pouch to be able to gift teas to folks, and it was such a fun. Yeah, she gave us such a fun tutorial. It was really cool. And then we made a little belly band, and then some people even made cards. Tina showed people how to make a card, like to go if you're going to gift this to somebody. So this was really fun to do. A great way to use up scraps. A great way to use up all those scrapbooking papers that we aren't using anymore, because not a lot of people still scrapbook. I know people do, but I think a lot of people have moved their paper crafting into like more mixed media, jelly plate printing, things like that. Um, so yeah, that was fun to do today. And again, I feel like it was a good experiment. I made this. I'm calling this my prototype, and I'll probably make another. In fact, I said I was going to probably make one for people in my life. Everybody knows how much I love tea, but she also was like, you could put gift cards in those little slots. You could put, those little chocolates you can buy that are like a single serving chocolate. You could put those in there, that are already pre-wrapped, pre-packaged as single serve, pieces. So she had some really cool ideas, and then other people started sharing theirs and their ideas of what they might do with theirs. So it was really fun. It was really fun to make. I really enjoyed that a lot. Um, so in terms of experimenting, I am definitely an experimenter. I love to try new things what um, to see what I like and don't like. The problem with me experimenting is that when I discover I don't like something, I need to really truly release it and let it go. Like, don't keep the stuff that you use for that particular craft. Like I have stuff in there from when I tried encaustic, but I didn't really like encaustic. But then recently someone was talking about encaustic in my community and sharing her journey. And I was like, maybe I should try that again. I don't know. Yeah, right. Um, so I don't know. So that's always my issue with experimenting, is that I don't know when to just like call it enough. I mean, I do and I don't. Sometimes I'm really good with it. Sometimes I'm not. But I am that I walk around with that mindset of try everything once. Just try it. How will you know if you like something if you don't try it? So I'm willing to try things. I'm the same way with food. Okay, to a certain extent. I'm not eating, I don't want to eat slugs, and I don't want to eat bugs. And I don't want to taste spiders. Like, I have boundaries. I do have boundaries. Um, but I like experimenting and exploring. I think that that's how we grow. It's how we learn. It's how we know what we like and don't like. It's how we expand ourselves. So we have to do that. We have to do that. The thing that really, um, kind of tiny bit. This might be an exaggeration, but this is the best way I can describe it. Something that kind of breaks my heart just a tiny bit is when I see an artist who is really, really, really good at something. They have mastered it. I don't care the number of hours they spent, doesn't matter to me. I can see the work they've put into it. And then they don't get the recognition in that area. And so they abandon it and go just start dabbling in a bunch of other things that are not their thing, not their path, not their calling. The thing they abandon is actually their thing. And it breaks my heart to see them put it away, leave it behind, because people aren't responding to it the way they wish people would respond to it, you know? And I noticed that in many people. I mean, I follow a lot of artists, also not just mixed media artists, not just art journalers, not just, right. I follow a lot of artists who do a lot of different things, but it always breaks my heart when I've been following somebody for like 5 years and then they make this public declaration. And sometimes they don't even make a public declaration. They just start showing all this different stuff. They're never doing the same thing anymore. They're just all over the place. And I get it. People like to try to justify, well, I'm just trying different things. How will I know? Exactly. How will you know? Try different things. However, not in service of abandoning the thing that you are really good at. Like, how can that, these experiments and these explorations, how can they help strengthen and grow you in the thing that you're already really good at? Right. And I get it. People get to change. I'm not trying to hold people to, you never get to change. You must always do this. But I think people give up way too soon. I think I see a lot of people give up way too soon. You got to put in the work, and sometimes it requires years. And some people are impatient. They want instant fame, instant fortune, instant notoriety, um, or whatever it is they're searching. They want it instantly, and not understanding that longevity and consistency are also important qualities, important things. So anyway, that's what I have to say about experimenting. It's my personal thoughts and feelings on it. I think that when experimenting gets in the way of mastery, then at that point, to me, it's not a good thing. Um, or when someone replaces experimentation for mastery, like instead of just mastering a thing, or when people think, oh, I've mastered it in a day, a week, a month, a year. I did it once and I've mastered it. Like, yeah, to me, you're not being a student of your craft. So again, it might be in service of fun. Maybe they're like, I don't want to be a student of my craft. I don't care about mastery. I just want to play. That's fine. That is awesome. But it's when I get people coming to me who are in pain, and not like physical pain like they're bleeding, but their heart is in pain, their psyche is in pain, their self-worth has been diminished, which causes pain. They are in financial stress or strain, which can cause pain. And it's all because they feel like they know they're meant to make art. They know art is their path, but they just keep jumping from one train track to the other. They can't seem to find their footing. That's when I go, your experimenting is actually detrimental to your mastery, you know? And it's a hard pill to swallow for some people. Let's just go ahead and name it. And the first thing people do is they defend. When it's a hard pill to swallow, when you're being called on your shadow stuff, it's a hard pill for some people to swallow. And instead, they want to defend. Well, this is why I do it. I didn't ask you why. I don't care why. I'm just telling you what I see, what I notice from the outside looking in. You can take it with a grain of salt, or you can sit with it and be introspective and go, why do I keep doing that? If you want to change and shift and something in your life, if you're perfectly happy and content with how your life is going, keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, I notice people come to me with conundrums, and when I name it for them, sometimes they don't want to hear that. But I've been doing this work for a while. I've been coaching for a long time. And before I was a coach, I was a teacher. And I know what happens when you point out something to people that they're not ready to see. I know what happens. I know what happens to me when somebody points something out to me that I'm not ready to see. Oftentimes, our default is to get defensive, right? To try to defend why we're doing the thing we're doing, you know? So I get it. I get it, y'all. I get it. So if you feel like I'm looking right at you, peering into your soul and your situation, that's not intentional. Um, but if that message resonates with you in some way, I hope you will grab your journal, write it out. Just keep asking yourself why. It's not my job to ask you why. That's not my job, because why is like justifying. Like I'm asking you to justify your actions, and I never want people to. That's like coaching one-on-one. You don't ask people why. The why is not your business. You're not there to help to do that, right? So I don't ask why. I mean, I ask my family and my friends why, but I'm not coaching them. I ask them why all the time. Why did you do that? Why'd you say that? But that's different. That's family and friends. So, all right, friends, I think that I have just about talked myself into the evening time. I want to go for a walk while it's still light out. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to go for a walk. I want to remind you of our cards. And for those of you who maybe weren't here in the very beginning, our card for today was about sharing gifts, and, which, how funny, I came up with a giveaway situation here, right? Okay. And then our cards for, oh, the other card was spiritual hug. These were for the right now, spiritual hugs and share your gift. And our card to carry us into the month of May, be the best version of yourself and start today. Do not wait. Start today. Be the best version of yourself. And this is what I say every morning when I wake up, before my feet hit the ground from my bed. I say, thank you, universe, for letting me wake up again today. Please help me to be the best version of myself, better than I was yesterday. And some days I nail it. Other days I'm like, I hope I get a do-over tomorrow. I hope I wake up tomorrow and get a do-over. But more times than not, I think that I do show up as a better version of myself every single day. At least I try. So my hope for you is that you tap into the best version of yourself for the month of May. I'm going to see you tomorrow if you make it out for letter day Y. We are so close. We have 2 more letters. Letter Y. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about yoga. Maybe I can get my husband to come in and hang out with us for a bit and chat yoga while I don't know, draw something or play with yarn or do something with yarn. I don't know. But tomorrow I'll be talking about yoga. I'll be talking about yearning. Oh, the word yearning, desire, our hearts longing for things. I'll talk about that. I'm going to talk about doing yearly reviews. I don't know how many of you do a yearly review, but I'll talk to you about some of my, I won't sit and bore you with all of my details of what I do for my yearly reviews, but I will share a little bit because I do several different kinds of yearly reviews, but they are really pivotal for me. They are important in my life, in my world, and it's how I gauge, what I'm going to do each year and how I'm going to shift, move, grow, and become better. So I'll talk a little bit about yearly reviews. Maybe I'll talk about YouTube since, hey, here we are. And then, of course, I'm going to talk a little bit about yarn and some of the things that I do with yarn. All right. So Gail says Y equals yes. Oh, hey, Damon. I didn't know you were out there listening since you got back home. And then Gail, your last name starts with a Y. I love it. And she says she likes to do a yearly review as well. Yeah. So tomorrow, come back, hang out with me if you can. If you cannot, please catch the replay. Thank you all so much for letting me revisit watercolor on day X. And let me talk a little bit about things that start with E but sound like X. That was fun to do. I'm sure I could have come up with 10 more EX words. But for now, I'm going to go for a walk, and then I'm going to have a nice little meal, and I probably will do a tad more work tonight and then I'm going to get myself in the bed at a reasonable hour. So I hope you all rest well. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your night and a beautiful tomorrow if I don't see you. I don't know what time I'm coming on tomorrow. Let me do a quick check for you so I can share with you. I think I already know what time. Let me just look here. Oh, morning, 11 a.m. Central. So if I get to see you in the morning, 11 a.m. Central, this is where I'll be. And I have a hard stop because we have Creative Catalyst tomorrow. Those of you that are in the community in any of my paid courses right now, you know that you can come to Creative Catalyst at 2 o'clock Central. I hope to see you there. Come and create. But before that, I'll be here from at 11. So I'll probably go from about 11 to 12:30 Central tomorrow. So letter Y, come hang out. See ya. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being here. Love y'all.